Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a good week since I've last done a video, and I did a couple of videos at work, but I decided not to use them because I was wearing sort of company lanyard and stuff, and I didn't really want to cut. And it was a little bit there was too many people walking about, and yeah, it just kind of felt a bit odd to be doing that. And last thing I want to do is upset the place I work for. But yeah, it's been an interesting week for me. On Monday I decided to phone up a number on a referral letter I had for a waiting list to see a gynecologist, a community gynecologist, with reference to the blood I'm losing on a daily basis. And yeah, because it had got a bit worse, I thought after 3 weeks I could maybe give him a ring to find out where I was on a waiting list. And although they said that it was 4 to 6 weeks in all that I'd have to wait, but yeah, so I gave them a ring, and they said essentially you're not even on our list, and also that we may or may not have a gynecologist in October or November, if this woman like kind of turns up at all. So I was a little bit in despair, and I was a little bit sort of disparaging about the NHS, and I guess it was just that feeling I'm paying into something through my taxes that is absolutely useless. I haven't really changed my feelings on that. I just think the whole system is broken. So ultimately, I'm going to probably have to get a private consultation. Lord knows how much money that's going to cost, but it's yeah, health is. Yeah, I'm not gonna stand on principle when it comes to health, and I will do my bit to try and sort myself out. Um, so that aside, trying to think what else I was talking about. Yeah, my head's pretty kettled with everything that's going on in the world. My friend, who I'm a carer for, she's just had a letter to transfer because she's disabled. So I've been looking after her for 20 plus years, and she's just had a letter to say that she needs to transfer from one benefit to another. And as we all know, with benefits, these things never go smoothly, and I'm always highly suspicious at the motives of of doing this. Um, it always feels like they're trying to shake the tree and get rid of people, and it's probably genuinely there's probably people out there who have an ability to go to work. It's just a rut they found themselves in, and years ago actually when I went for a bit of a rough period, and I was, I think it was called an incapacity benefit. I went on to incapacity benefit, um, and I think if my mindset hadn't have been that, I wanted to kind of progress in life, I may have sunk into that rut myself and stayed on incapacity benefit. But I think after about 3 months of being on incapacity benefit, I actually went to the job centre and I said, look, I really want to kind of get off this, and I really want to, kind of get into something, and I just need some help. Um, and they were really really good. And I think it was because I actually made the initial move to actually do something that that they sort of recognised that it was a positive thing. Normally, I mean, my experience, particularly with a job centre in Erdington, has never been great. And I've seen the way they treat people sometimes, and ironically, the security in there are actually quite nice. I went in there one day, and this was when I was having some trouble at work, and went into the job centre, and I wanted to know if there was like a list of um, job finding websites, because I wasn't really kind of tuned into that sort of stuff at the time. And yeah, I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to recall what happened. So I went in there and I asked one of the members of staff, like, "Do you have a list of jobs, job search thing?" And he says, she kind of said, "Do you have an appointment?" They were really nasty actually. The staff in there were. Um, and I was saying, "Look, I've got a job right now. I'm working. I just want to actually, keep my options open because I'm want to look at different things." And eventually, I was just sort of milling about, and this security came out, and he said, "Oh, these might help you. I've took one of these from the office or something, and it was like a list of like search engines for jobs." And it was really, really nice about it. And I remember saying, you should be the one working here. You shouldn't be security. You should actually be working here because you're a lot more helpful than these people are. But I guess there is also that thing whereby the staff of job centres get into their own kind of groove of acting a certain way towards their users, their clientele, and they're probably used to seeing the same faces over and over again. Those people like just don't want to work, but have been dragged in there for meetings and stuff like that. And so it becomes like their natural response to anybody going in, which I find is a bit sad. And I do remember that other people are like that as well. I remember my friend got into a bit of debt. I don't even know what the debt was over, to be honest. But the bailiffs were after her for about 350 quid. Um, and we managed to kind of like, so with the help of another friend, managed to, sort of like get the money together to um, pay this debt collection agency. And as it would happen, they were actually based in the middle of Birmingham. So I remember going in, and the the guy who was working in his office, who took the money from me, he was aggressive, he was rude, and I remember saying, "Look, I'm not the one who's debting. I'm actually paying this person's debt. So, just quit with the rudeness, basically. And there's no need for it. There's no need for it. So yeah, I don't know how I've gone from my medical issue to that, but yeah, that's the way these things go sometimes. But yeah, so it feels like there's a lot of things changing all at once. I suppose it's physically, mentally. Um, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm in a novel or a film, and in my life, I suppose I've had to, especially where my friend's concerned, I've had to play the. I don't see myself as a hero, but I've had to play that kind of role where I pick up the sword and charge forward, and not physically obviously, but sort of metaphorically kind of. I have to kind of go on the front foot and you know um put everything in place, and yeah, it's like sometimes I kind of feel that uh, right now, if this was a movie, this would be the point where the protagonist of a film, which i.e. me, um has been shot, and but I'm still expected to kind of like save the day. Um, so with this like stuff that's going on with my health, with the blood and stuff, and also the breathing issue that I've had, it kind of feels now that all of a sudden these benefits things has come up, and now I've got to tackle that too. So um, it's not impossible, and I will do it. I will overcome, and God willing, and I think I have a spiritual strength deep inside of me that always kind of sits me up straight and pulls me through, and that's 100% what I'll have to do again. Um, but yeah, it's just a quick video anyway, just to kind of check in and say how I'm going. Life's never easy, Um, it's definitely not like a box of chocolates because at least you know, regardless of what chocolate you're gonna pick out, it's gonna be chocolate, um, and not not a pebble or some or some or some cat poo. It's definitely gonna be chocolate. So life is not like a box of chocolates. Um, you know exactly what you're gonna get, and right now I kind of know exactly what I'm gonna get, but it's definitely not chocolate. So until next time, take care of yourselves and have a great week.